types of data and level of measurements in data science. Hi, I'm M. Asif Hussain from Know How Academy. What are we going to learn in this video? We are going to learn what are the different types of data we have. We are going to see the level of measurements for the different types of measurements we have in data science. At the end of this video, you are going to learn what are the different types of data we have, and you are going to understand it with some practical examples. And at the same time, you are going to learn and understand what are the different levels of measurements we have in the data as part of data science, and with a few principles in it. So watch till the end. So my dear viewers, let me ask you a simple question. We know that whenever we are working in any organization, we are working with the data. And now when we are talking something about the data, data is a very important part in every individual's life because that plays a very important role. I'm not only talking about the data of the organizations, I'm not only talking about the data of the projects. From the time that we wake up from our bed till we go to the bed at the night, we are with the data. 24/7 we are with the data. When we are waking up early in the morning, we are looking towards the data. What the data is? Data of our alarm, data of our messages, data of our social media updates, and so on until we go to the bedtime. So in the same way, wherever we go, we have the data. Now, the two types of data that we have are, one, we have the categorical data, and another one we have the numerical data. It's very similar. Okay, now it's very easy step of understanding that categorical category, which means that it is defining us something about the categories, some groups, some information. Now the category which contains characters, right? Categories which gives the information about the groups, all right, that comes under category. Now, if I would like to talk to you about the simple example of categorical data, let us consider the data of universities, let us consider the data of products, let us consider the data of customers. So we have lots of information. If I would like to talk to you about as a perspective of a data analyzation, let us consider that we have a student's database. And now in this student database, we have the columns called student ID, student name, student address, student fees and all. Now student name and student address are characters, but student ID and student fees, that comes under the numerical because that's a numbers, right? That's a number. So that's where the difference between the categorical and the numerical. Now when I talk to you something about the numerical, under the numerical type of data, we again have two types of data, right? So number one, we have discrete numerical type of data and we have continuous numerical type of data. What exactly is this discrete numerical type of data? For example, let us consider that, okay, anyhow, when I'm talking about discrete and continuous, do not get confused. It all comes under the numerical, which represents the numbers, as simple as such. Now, if I would like to talk to you about the example of a discrete numerical data, for example, if someone asks me, how many children you have? I have one daughter. So how many properties you have, or how many houses you have, or how many houses you own? I own 5 houses. Okay, something like this. So now even he can give you the example of the grades in a school. So how much grade your son has got, how much grade your daughter has got. Okay, so this kind of information that comes under the discrete, which generally have the integer kind of values. Now, when I talk to you something about the numerical continuous type of data, then we go with the height of a person, we can estimate the distance, which is continuous, right? Time, it is continuous. So we can go with the weight of a person. So all these comes under the continuous numerical type of data. I can even give you the simple example. Okay, let us consider the time. Let us consider the time. The time in a clock, it is discrete. The time in a clock, it is discrete. If I would like to talk and if I would like to ask you the time in general, and you give it in a continuous way of answering it. For example, 8 hours, 36 minutes, 72 seconds, this much milliseconds. So that is a continuous type of time, and the time in a clock, that is a discrete type of numerical data that we have. So my dear viewers, whenever we are understanding about the data, we should understand these two keywords. One, continuous data and numerical data. Again, if we talk into numerical data, we have a discrete type of data and we again have a continuous type of data. So these are the two informations that we have to learn and understand. So now we have learned what are the types of data. We have it in our data science, and now we have also seen with some few practical examples. Now let us understand what are the level of measurements. What are the level of measurements? So again, under this levels of measurement, I would like to classify it in two different points. One is qualitative measurement. Next one is quantitative measurement. When I'm again talking about the qualitative measurement, we have the nominal qualitative measurement, and again we have the ordinal qualitative level of measurement. Okay, so now what exactly we have under this nominal and ordinal qualitative level of measurement, that we are going to see it now. So here the nominal level represents the categories that cannot be put in an order. Okay, but the ordinal level of measurement, it represents the categories that can be placed in a order. Do not worry, I'll give you one simple example. So the example here is that let us consider the nominal qualitative data, such as let us consider seasons. Okay, winter season, summer season, spring season. These are not in order. These are not in order, right? So we generally know that first we go with the autumn, then we go with the summer, then we go with the winter, then rainy. But nowadays the scenario is getting changed, right? So if I go with the ordinal type of data, for example, if you would like to rate the feedback of your hotel, or where you have gone with your family, friends, to have some food, to have some dinner or lunch, then you give the feedback. So that is in an order. That is in an order. So starting from bad till the perfect one. So starting from negative till the positive. That's in an order, right? If you would like to give the employee feedback, that's in an order. If you would like to even go with the students' feedback, that's in an order. So once when you have arranged something in an order, let's go with that we can consider with the cardinal qualitative level of measurement, which is not placed in an order, that we can go with the nominal qualitative level of measurement. So this we have to understand. So now again, if I would like to explain it to you about the another type of measurement that we have, which is quantitative type of measurement. So under quantitative type of measurement, the first type we go with the interval quantitative level of measurement, and the another type we go with the ratio quantitative level of measurement. So this quantitative level of measurement is classified into two. One is interval and another one is ratio. So if you consider that interval and ratio, they both represent the number, but the ratios have a true zero while intervals don't have a true zero. Now what exactly is a true zero? Let me explain it to you. For example, let us consider that I have two mangoes, and you have let us consider 6 mangoes. Okay, so I have 2 mangoes and you have 6 mangoes. So how many times the mangoes are more when compared to you? I have 3 times the mangoes more when compared to you. Am I right? So now if I divide 6 by 2, then it's 3. Am I right? Then it's 3. So that's like a ratio that I'm talking about. If you talk about the interval, what's the current temperature of nowadays? It's 22 degrees Celsius, or if you are talking in a Fahrenheit, it's in Fahrenheit. Okay, so whenever you are representing something in degrees Celsius and degree Fahrenheit, that's an interval, right? So in the same way, we go with the another type of measurement also, that we go with the Kelvin. So most of the times we even represent some degrees in Kelvin also. Then again, Kelvin comes into the part of ratio type of quantitative level of measurement. So if I generally give you, then I can relate it with the example of a temperature. If I go with the interval and ratio, we can consider this as a Kelvin also, but that's because that's equal to true zero. So now what exactly true zero is, I have given you the example of apples, right? So if you have two apples and if I have six apples, or if you have two bananas or I have six bananas, or if you have two mangoes or I have six mangoes, or if you consider if you have two balls or if I have six balls, so I have three times more, whatever it might be. It might be mangoes, banana balls, apples, bananas, whatever it might be. So now the ratio of it is, when it's coming into, it's relating with the true zero, right? Am I right? So if you consider the interval, if you consider the temperature or climate conditions of nowadays of any city, if you consider in India, so what's happening is that the temperature is very cool and heavy rainfalls are happening. So we have very less degrees Celsius of temperature nowadays. So we can represent that in the interval type of quantitative level of measurement. So my dear viewers, in this video we have learned what are the types of data we have in our data science. We have categorical and numerical. Again, under numerical we have continuous and discrete, and we also have seen the levels of measurement, which is quantitative and qualitative. Again, in qualitative we have nominal and ordinal type of level of measurements. In quantitative we have interval and ratio type of level of measurements in data science. So thank you for choosing Know Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.